Hi everyone, welcome back. In this tutorial we are going to be doing HTV or iron-on, and I'm so excited to show you guys this because I absolutely love working with HTV and iron-on. I think it's becoming one of my favorite materials to work with. It's so fun, so easy. So if you are new to HTV or iron-on, get ready. This is super fun and it's very beginner friendly, and we're going to be working with two separate colors today, so I'll show you how you can work with more than one color and layer your colors. We are actually going to be using the Cricut Joy for this project. I'm super excited because it's been a really fun week. The Cricut Joy just came out on Sunday and I've had a lot of fun playing with this week. So I've been trying to figure out all of the fun things I can do with it, and it's been really fun. So I'm really happy you guys have been enjoying the fun tutorials on it. You can also use any cutting machine for this project, but because we have been having so much fun with the Cricut Joy this week, I'm going to show you how the Cricut Joy can do this. So I'm going to show you what materials we're going to be using, and then we will get started with our design, and then I'll show you a little bit about slicing and design space so we can customize our design. So what we're going to be using today is obviously some fabric tea towels. I will be honest, I thought these were the tea towels because I've bought tea towels at Hobby Lobby just like this, but I think I picked up the napkin version and I cut the tag away before I could check, but I believe these are actually table napkins. So you can, I believe, purchase regular sized tea towels in this print at Hobby Lobby. I'm pretty sure, but don't quote me on that. I believe they were in the spring shop section, but that's okay. I'm still going to go with this size because it's actually pretty perfect. We have very little hands in our house, so we're going to go with it. It's going to be so fun. Okay, so we have those Hobby Lobby spring shop. We're also going to be using the Easy Press today. You can also use a household iron if you want. You can also use the mini Easy Press if you'd like, but I'm going to be using the full-size Easy Press for this one. This one is the 9x9. We're going to need some scissors and a weeding tool. We're going to need the Easy Press mat and then the protective sheet. And we're going to use our measuring tape to get our measurements for our design. And then we're also going to be using two different colors of HTV. Both of these are Caesar Easy Weed HTV. So this is, I believe this color is the light pink. And then this, of course, is the white. And do you guys, if you guys caught the tutorial yesterday, what did I make yesterday? Oh, the banner. Okay, so if you guys saw the Easter banner yesterday, you guys saw how I accidentally cut my pieces too small, and oh my gosh, my goodness. Well, it's okay because these are the pieces that I was supposed to use yesterday, and they're going to work perfect for the project today. So scrap materials from yesterday are going to be repurposed, and all is not lost. Yay! Okay, I think that's it for what we are going to be working on. You guys make sure you are all subscribed. More Easter stuff is coming. More really fun party planning stuff is coming. Let's see what else. Some wooden signs are coming. Everything's going to get really fun. Also, if you're new to Cricut Joy, I can't tip this too much, but we made a really fun scalloped monogram coffee cup. It's a very good first project for beginners, so make sure you guys look at that. I will link it above. It's really fun, and you guys, for those of you who have watched it, it's turning out really great. It's keeping my coffee warm, which I was a little bit surprised because I got this at Hobby Lobby and I thought, well, I'll just give it a try. It's probably more cute than functional, but it's actually doing a really good job of keeping my coffee warm, so double win. All right, let's hop into, let's measure. And then we'll hop into Cricut Design Space and get everything ready to go. I can't wait for you guys to see my idea for this. I think it's going to be really fun. Okay, so I am going to measure this out. I think I want to keep my, let's see, the whole space is about 6 1/4. And then I think I would probably want to stay around 3 1/4 to 3 1/2 in width for my design. So that's about right here where you can see my nail. So from here to here, I think that's about right. Maybe 3 1/4 would be a little bit better. All right, so let's pop into Design Space. I'm going to show you the really cute little file we're going to be working with. I'm going to do a little slicing for you so I can show you how I'm customizing this design to add a fun little look to it. And we're going to get to slicing it out on the Joy. You guys can see the Joy in action, and we will get to pressing it on the towel. Also, I forgot, you're going to use a mat today, so this is awesome. This is their mat that comes with it. If I forget any materials, because sometimes materials just kind of start popping their way into the videos. If I forget anything, don't worry. I will put them all in the link box below. Just check out that description box. All of the products that I use will be down there and ready for you in case you want to recreate this look at your own craft table. All right, guys, let's get started. All right, guys, so here we are in Cricut Design Space. This is the design that I am going to be doing today on these little towels. I think it's so sweet. I love the little floppy ears, and then I added the glasses to this design. So I'm going to start from the beginning, but I wanted to give you guys an idea for where I'm going with this because I don't want you to get lost in all of the slicing that's going to occur. So I want to give you guys a reference of what the final product is, and then I will show you how I got there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the images box, and I am going to, oh, it looks like I already typed in glasses, so I'll snag the glasses first. I believe they were this one right here. So once I click it, it just adds it to the queue down here, and I can continue browsing for my images. The next one I'm going to use is called Bunny Head, and I'm going to just hit enter, and then the first one that pops up is the one I'm going to use. Feel free to use any of these designs for your design. There are so many fun little sweet Easter things in here, and it makes me want to just craft Easter all day long. So I'm going to click this. Again, it adds it to my queue down here, and I can go ahead and insert the images into my canvas. So I'm going to drag these over right over here, and I will make this very big so you guys can see what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do, like I said, is I'm going to add the glasses to my project, but I don't want to just layer them. Let me bring this in front, send to front. I don't want to have my HTV one on top of the other. Instead, I want my HTV to not be touching. I don't want to layer it and have it ironed onto each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I cut out this area to fit the glasses in between, and gave a little bit of space around there to give my both layers of my HTV some room to iron down separately. So I will get started on that and show you exactly how I got there. First, the thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure my glasses, and I liked them going a little bit over his little head. Okay, I'm gonna make those just a tad bigger. Okay, that looks good to me. So what I'm going to do with the glasses is I am going to duplicate these a few times. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag these over here, and I am just going to be doing multiple slices, and so I want all of my glasses to be the same exact size. So that's why I duplicated them now. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is when you're slicing, you can only slice 2 layers at a time. So I have 1 and I have 2. So I'm going to highlight both of them. I'm going to come over here to the slice tool. It's on the very left of the layers panel down here at the bottom, and I'm going to hit slice. Once I've hit slice, I can grab the glasses and hit delete. I can grab this little shadowy area and hit delete. Oop, I guess I did the other one and then this one and delete. So you'll do 3 deletes, and then you're left with a cutout. So this is how you slice a design. So if you will notice, once I go and put, let me arrange all of these to send to front so that doesn't, there we go. Once I go put these on, it does have a nice cutout, but it doesn't give us quite enough room to work in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a little bit larger of a cutout around here, just like I did over here. That's why I thought keeping this up might be a little helpful for you guys to see what I'm doing. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag it up a little bit and create a cutout up. So again, placing my glasses right up here. I'm going to highlight both, hit slice, and then start deleting. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. We're starting to get a little bit more space. I'm going to go down now. Do I have to send this to front every time? Stinker. Okay, so now I'm going to go down and create a little bit of room below. Let's see. Okay. Highlight them both, slice, and then start deleting. It's very, very lather, rinse, repeat. Just keep going. And then I'm going to send to front. I'm going to go kind of to the right now. slice, delete, delete, and delete. And we're getting somewhere now, just a little bit to send to front. Okay, a little bit to the left now. So what we're doing is we're just kind of, you know, shortening that or building up a little bit of a wall around these glasses. Oh, you know what? I need one more before. Let me duplicate this so I have a final glasses up here. Okay, so then we are going to hit slice, delete, delete, and delete. So now we are all done slicing and we can put our final glasses, goodness gracious, there we go, right in there. So do you see how that just built a really, really nice area around? It's very, very nice. Actually, I got that pretty even for, yeah, I did a pretty good job on that. I'm proud. Okay, so I'm really happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this one. So we only need one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, now I'm going to color my vinyl. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the bunny and we are going to be cutting him out of white. I don't know why I'm calling him, but apparently he is boy bunny. And then the glasses are going to be that pretty pink color. So that's going to be super cute on that teal gingham. So now what we can do is we can select both and we can start sizing. By selecting both, it will size both of the bunny and the glasses at the same time, so it makes it very effortless. I'm going to go with 3 1/4 in length, so I'm just looking at the number up here. You can also just come up here to the width and just type in 3.25 if you want to make it quick and easy, or you can use this drag tool to drag in and out. Okay, so that is what, let me re-measure my length on my towel just to make sure that the 4 1/4 is gonna work, and it is. That's gonna look really nice. Okay, so that is my final result. What I'm gonna do now is I am just going to, I'll make this a little bigger so you guys can see the final look. How cute is he? I love it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that my joy is selected. You can go up here to this little drop down. It'll allow you to click your joy, your maker, or your explore. So today we are going to be working with the Cricut Joy, so that is already selected. And I'm going to go ahead and click make it. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to select on the mat because we are going to be doing a material that's not a smart material. If you have smart materials, you can put them through without a mat, but we are going to be using our regular HTV and we are going to be putting them on the mat. Then I'm going to click done. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that mirror is turned on. We are working with HTV or iron-on. They're called both. And whenever you are working with HTV or iron-on, you're going to need to mirror your image. You will see more why once we get to the cutting and weeding process. But for now, just know, always turn your mirror on. So I'm going to click on right here. I'm going to go down to the glasses and I'm going to click mirror on right here. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to double check that both the mirrors are on. Okay, they are. And I'm going to click continue. So now it's just connecting to my Joy machine via Bluetooth. And now we can go ahead and select our material. So we are using, again, the Caesar Easy Weed. I use the everyday iron-on setting because I believe that it is the closest and it's been working for me. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. Cricut is going to remind you right now, make sure your mirror is turned on and the iron-on material is faced shiny side down. I love that it reminds me of that because sometimes, you know, it's just, you forget, so it's okay, but Cricut does everything they can to remind you. So I'll go through and just double check, mirror on, click mirror on, and then we are all ready to go. I'm going to use default pressure and I will go ahead and get the materials on the mat and loaded and we will get to cutting. Okay, so before we get to cutting and weeding, what I'm going to do is I'm going to preheat my Easy Press. I am looking at 651vinyl.com and what I did is I pulled up the actual HTV that I'm using. So I went to the actual HTV that I purchased, and in that little description where you can buy this HTV, it shows you the heat settings. So I'm just referencing those. So it says to go ahead and preheat to 305. So I'm going to hit the temperature button and put this down to 305. And then it says that we are going to press it for 10 to 15 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and put my timer on 15 seconds. So that's going to get preheated for us as we get to weeding and cutting. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the bunny. So I'm just going to take this little protective sheet off. You guys, this comes with the Joy, so I really appreciated that they gave you a mat with the Joy to get you started. So always keep this little protective sheet too, because once you're done using it, you can place it back on there, and it just helps protect the mat from any surrounding dust. If you have puppies, it helps protect it from puppy fur, and all those things. So it just keeps it all nice and clean for you. So I'm going to go ahead and again, I'm going to make sure that my material is shiny side down. And then I'll place this right on the mat. And now what I'm going to do is this auto loads for us, which is really awesome. So what you're going to do is you're just going to place the mat in there, and you're going to place it against the wheels, and it will go ahead and grab it and load it. Just like that. Now it's making sure that the mat is aligned, so it's just checking to make sure I loaded it correctly. Looks like it's good to go. Now what I can do is I can click go on my computer. A go box will just be at the bottom right corner of design space. The new Cricut Joy is buttonless, so everything you do will be clicked on your device and not actually on the Cricut Joy. If you are already a Cricut owner, this might be a little bit new to learn, because I'm always like coming over to click something and realizing, oh, I have to do it on my computer. So just know that that is completely normal. So this is going to cut out very, very fast, because it's just a tiny little bunny, and it's got very easy little outlines. So it's already at 90% and now 100. So that was really easy. Okay, so I'm just going to get a little bit of, let me hit the unload button again. Again, everything's on the computer and it unloads it. So cute. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, we're going to print out the glasses next, and I'm just going to get a little piece of the HTV, and the Easy Press is all preheated and ready to go. Okay, so I'm just going to get a little piece of my HTV, and we can go ahead and switch out the mats here. Okay. So now we'll just put the pink one on. Again, shiny face down. It's a little bit easier to see on this one. It was harder to see on the white, but in person you guys will know what to do because it'll be obvious. One side's a little bit more dull, one definitely has a shine to it. So shiny face down. There we go. And go ahead and auto load. Okay, so it's double checking that I loaded that correctly, and we can hit go. So while that's doing the cutting for the little glasses, which will take no time at all, we will just get to, I think I have a little bit of HTV left at the bottom. I love keeping my scraps. I really hate to throw anything away because I always can find a need for them. Plus, if you guys have a lot of scraps laying around, the Cricut Joy is a really fun little tool to use for that because there's just so many opportunities for you to bring those scraps to a project. Okay, we're all good to go now. So what I'm going to do to weed is I'm just going to pierce a corner, and being careful not to pierce my actual design. I'm going to pierce a corner and just start pulling. And HTV is so nice to weed, so easy. Just pulling around the design and getting all of the surrounding areas cleaned up. Whoops! And then weeding out all the middle pieces. If you guys want to, you can also keep your design up on your computer and kind of reference what it's supposed to look like in the end, just so you know what pieces are supposed to be weeded out. So here's the final little product there. He's really, really sweet. Okay, so I'm going to unload by clicking Design Space, Unload, and then the little glasses are done. I cut that material a little big, but after yesterday's video of cutting my material wrong, I got a little nervous that I was going to do it wrong again. So no worries, I'll keep my scraps. Okay, so now just going to weed these little glasses out. We have a little one who wears glasses at our house, so I thought this would be a fun little addition to the little bunny. Okay, and they're the same color, so this was just a way to make it really fun for the kids. Okay, so now one thing I'll caution you about is make sure all of your scraps are picked up before you do any pressing. Any scraps that are left behind have the potential of getting on your project, and once you go to lay down your heat, if any of the scraps get on your material, they will iron onto it. So make sure that you just double check your surrounding areas and it's all cleaned up before you get to pressing. Okay, so my area is all prepped and ready to go. These are how the little glasses turned out. They're super sweet. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to set these aside, and I'm going to remove my little craft mat here. Even with the iron-on mat, it does tend to get a little warm underneath, so I just want to make sure that my base is my table and not my mat. Alright, so we are ready to get going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this little tea towel, and I'm going to unfold it, and you can see that you can still see the lines in the tea towel, so it still shows us where we're going to be working with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to preheat my material for a couple seconds. I usually do this for about 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and I can still see a slight line of where everything is, so I'm still good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and lay down, I'm going to do the base layer first. Do I want to do the base layer first, or do I want to do the glasses first? I'm going to do the glasses first, actually. So let me see where I want this little guy, and then, oh my gosh, that's going to be super cute. Yeah, I think I want him right about here. Maybe over just a little. And I can grab my measuring tape just to kind of measure where everything is going. Let's see. He needs to come over quite a bit, actually. I like how he's also fitting within like the darker spots of the design, so he's fitting within like the light mint and the dark mint, just because he's going to stand out more than if he was just on the white. So that is pretty perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to place these little glasses down. Okay, I'm going to go with that, just like that. Alright, so now, the reason I did that was because when I go to peel up the glasses, then I can lay this down on top and use the carrier sheet from this one to protect my vinyl. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and lay down, I'm going to make sure that those are straight though. Sorry guys. I really want this to turn out nice. It's about 2 1/4, and that's about 2, so maybe I'll bring him over just a hair. We are at 2 and 2. Okay, so that's right in the middle. What I'll do is I'll just place my little protective sheet right on there. Grab my easy press. And I will go ahead and hit the timer. Is it the timer or is it the Cricut button? It's the Cricut button. Okay. I always forget which one to do. And it says, I believe, let me look at the website again. I can't remember pressure-wise what it said. It says medium pressure. So just put a little bit of pressure on there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on there. Now it does say that the peel is hot or cold. Always be careful. Your protective sheet does get very warm. I have burned myself on this before. It's in one of my videos. I yeah, caught that on camera. So make sure that you guys are just careful. Give that a little bit of chance to cool and then bring it up. So now what I'm going to do is, it does say hot or cold peel, so I'm going to go right in the middle and say a warm peel. And so I'm just going to let that cool down for just a second, and then I'll get it peeled up for you guys. Okay, so that's warm to touch, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a corner and I'm going to peel up. If you find that yours hasn't quite laid down, or you have any type of, lift on any of the edges, just go ahead and keep this little piece. You can always lay it right back down over your design and you can repress it. So just keep that little piece until you are certain that you are completely ready to be done with it, and you're certain that it's ironed down, and then you can discard this piece. So now we'll just lay down our bunny. So now I have the protective sheet of the bunny over the glasses, so that will help when ironing on. And I'm just centering him as best I can. Cute, cute. Okay. And I love how, so with HTV, it's amazing because you can just lay down, it has a sticky back, you can lay down and peel up as many times as you need. Whereas with regular vinyl, once that's down, it's down. So I love the forgiveness of HTV because it allows you to really play around with your placement as much as you want, and then really just helps with your confidence to know that once you get it down that you are happy with it. Okay, so that's down. I'm just going to go ahead and place my protective sheet right on top. And then I'll go ahead and place this down again and hit the Cricut button, and it'll do a timer for me. I love the countdown feature on here because it's hard to keep count yourself sometimes. Not counting in general is hard, but you know what I mean. Especially when you're filming. I get to chatting and then I forget to count at the same time. Okay. So again, I'm just going to let this cool for just a second. This again is hot or cold peel, but again, I'm just going to kind of go somewhere in the middle and do a warm peel and just let this cool down just a moment. Okay, now peeling off. And it looks really good. I'm just going to check around the edges to make sure there's nothing being lifted up, but it looks really good to me. So I'm very happy with that. So let me just refold that. I'll show you guys the finished result. This is going to be a fun little addition to our little house. So cute. So again, I believe I got the napkins. I must have. But if you guys are hosting a little brunch, how cute is this? You can put any design on here too. So don't feel that you have to do this. Just take the tips and tricks from this tutorial and do whatever you would like. So this turned out really sweet. I'm very, very happy with it. I think the girls are going to love it. And then so what I'll do is I will recreate this on another one and we'll be all set to go. Maybe one for the kitchen, one for the bathroom or something like that. So yay, that's all done. It looks really good. Another little fun thing to decorate for Easter. So here is the final result. I love the pop of white. It actually worked really good. I was a little nervous about putting white on an already somewhat white tea towel, but the placement of it worked really good to where it was within the darker blocks, so that worked perfectly. Alright guys, if they found this helpful, then please be sure to give this a thumbs up, and I would love if you guys would subscribe. We are going to be doing a lot more fun spring things. In fact, I'll give you a little sneak peek at a film that's coming up. We did a really fun little Easter sign, and I'll show you how you can use a certain product that's really fun to make sure you don't have to buy so much vinyl, so it saves you a lot of money, and this turned out really fun. So that's coming up, so make sure you guys are all subscribed so you guys don't miss out what's happening on the table next. Alright guys, thanks for joining me and happy Easter.